What's going on? It's Michael Alder here from thelandflippingformula.com, just sharing a quick tip on how to get the cheapest possible properties that you could flip into cash flow or to lump sums of cash to really set your financial lifestyle up and start scaling a business of your own. So if you've been following me at all, you know I'm real big on seller financing, and you could actually leverage the seller finance deals we offer because we're kind of a wholesale operation, and the vast majority of our payments are only $25 a month. So you can literally get into land deals for only $25 a month, but when you're locked into a lease like that, you could actually sublease the properties for anywhere from $50, $75 to $100 a month, whatever you can market it for, and then keep the spread. Now this is a super cheap way to get into the real estate game and test the waters to see if land flipping's for you. And it's just by arbitrage on seller finance deals. But the other great way to do this is highly defaulted tax properties. Now these are properties that people have just given up paying the taxes on, the bills are accumulating on these, and they'll basically get rid of them for whatever. There's a couple different ways to acquire these properties, and when I say you can get them for next to nothing, these are under $200 all day long. So one way to do it is to go on the county website and look up individual parcels and see who's in default and just send them a letter with an offer in the letter and see if they respond, and if they accept your offer, you could buy the property. Let's say there's $200 in taxes owed on it over a span of years. You make an offer to buy it for $75, they accept it, you send them $75 for a notarized deed, you file the deed, you own the property with fees, the $75, in most cases a recording fee of $25, you have the property for $100. Now you could take this $100 property and list it online for, let's just say, $250, and you put a disclaimer in there that buyer is to assume the back tax bill of $200. So that's one way to go ahead and double or get 2.5 times your cash on that you invested and turn it over real quick. Another way to do that is to seller finance that $100 investment you made, and let's say you sell it for $50 a month for 48 months. What you would do is you enter into contract with your buyer, they start making $50 a month payments to you. You take that money that comes in on the front end and apply it to the tax bill and get that paid off and current, and then have them be responsible for the taxes that are currently in their contract period on. So what you do is you take your $100 investment, you list it for $50 a month for 48 months, and your first, what we got here, 4 payments, you can apply that to that $200 tax bill, and then you're free and clear at that point. The next 2 give you your $100 back, so you're completely whole, and then the balance of the 42 payments, I'm mathing in my head real quick here, 42 payments of $50 a month are all yours. That's pure profit at that point, and that's a great way to turn a junk deal that nobody wants into expansive cash flow at that point. And you can do this over and over and over again. So just as a recap here, the easiest ways to get into the real estate game is either do arbitrage with seller financing, and I'm talking about land here. You could actually do this with residential, but there's a couple extra hoops you have to jump into. But if it's just a piece of raw land, you could enter into a seller finance deal with somebody and then turn around and resell it for a higher amount, basically subleasing it, and then you're keeping the spread. So if you entered in a contract with us for $25 a month, then you resold it for $50 a month, you would be profiting $25 a month on that particular parcel. The other way is to look out for tax defaulted properties, make lowball offers on them. Once it's accepted, resell it on a seller finance term to go ahead and create cash flow, or just flip it and say the buyer has to assume that back tax bill as well, and you get quick cash. Now you don't have to do direct mail to get these tax defaulted properties. A lot of times wholesalers are already holding these. And let's recap the deal I just said, where let's say a wholesaler bought it for $100, he flips it to you for $250, but there's $200 in taxes on the table still. You could then in turn flip it for $350 and get, roughly a 50% return on your money. Same thing, and the next buyer still has to assume the taxes. So there's a number of different ways you could do this, but focusing on seller finance deals and tax defaulted properties are the best way to do this. So to learn more about flipping real estate in the raw land space, stop by thelandflippingformula.com. I got some freebies over there that gives you more of an overview on how to get in the game. And then if you want to get the system I use every single day to go ahead and build out my business, stop by myflippingformula.com. There'll be links below this video. You can check those out and start and scale your own business as well. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next video.